And I said, excuse me? And he said, when we did that dictation exercise today, one of those sentences, you said it one way when we wrote it, and then when we corrected it, you changed it all around. And I said, no, I'm really careful to be exact because that's the whole point. He said, well, you did. And he wanted to prove me wrong. So he said, can I see your sentences? And I said, wait a minute, before you look at mine, can you tell me which sentence it is and show me what you wrote? He said, I'd be happy to, because it's what you said. And so I said, which one? And he said, number 3. Now, I want you to look back at sentence number 3, whether you got it right or not. And I don't want you looking at me while I say this. I want you to look at the sentence because it'll help you appreciate it more. When he wrote down number 3, this is what he wrote. I swear to you. He usually eats a Big Mac and fries whenever he goes to McDonald's. That's what he wrote. And he said, that's what you said. And I said, no, I didn't say that. And he said, yes. And for the rest of the semester, he sat there every time we had class. Like you and I, like he wouldn't let it go. Okay, I didn't say that. I said the same thing I did to you. Why did he write that? Yes, because he just came from McDonald's. He was going to McDonald's after class. He had McDonald's on the brain. So he heard this, and then by the time it came out, it wasn't even close. Now, one of the biggest frustrations you could have as a student is to sit there trying desperately to keep up with the teacher, and you write down what they just said, or what you thought they did. Then you take that home and you make a flashcard out of it, and you memorize it, and you got it. You go to the test. There's the question. Mark it. Wrong. Because what you wrote was the wrong thing. Tests are hard enough as it is without writing the wrong information down. So the more you can hold words in your head long enough to write them down accurately, the better your notes are when you study them later. And so one last little part of this, and then we're going to get to our final one, is that I've actually had students do something that I never asked them to do before, but it's a great testimony to this, and that is they did really badly. They were out by number 2 or 3, and by number 5 they weren't even close. So they went home, I didn't ask them to do this, and they grabbed a magazine or a newspaper or a novel, anything with writing on it, even a textbook, and they went up to someone they live with and said, could you do me a favor, could you find 3 sentences in this? 1 short, 1 medium, and 1 long. Not even 5, just 3. And could you read them to me and then wait while I write them down? So same thing we just did, except just a shorter version. It takes like 2 minutes. Well, the person said, okay, and they read them. They tried to copy them exactly. They checked, just as bad as they were in the classroom. And then they tried it again. And then a few days later, they tried it a few more times. It's almost like exercising every couple days. And after several weeks, they noticed, these are all easy. I'm able to do long sentences like number 5 with no problem at all. So they actually notice that that part of their brain is getting stronger. And it's a weird idea that you can actually improve your ability to concentrate, but this is one of the best ways to do it. So not a specific suggestion, but if you didn't do so well on this, it helps to try that. Okay, and then the last one that we're going to talk about just for a couple minutes, and I see did anybody miss the sign-in sheets? In this, okay, so go ahead and take this, and I want to take a quick look. I don't know why I'm looking. Trick it. Okay, so I will email later. I want to have you write down one more, and I'm going to just sort of demonstrate this to you, and then we'll be all set. This is an odd idea, but it definitely works, and that is pretend to be fascinated if you have to. Pretend to be fascinated if you have to. What does that mean? Well, I'm going to demonstrate something here. What is fake listening called?